Hi everyone and welcome to our class 13. Sorry we're a little bit kind of out of sync with the weeks at the minute. We've had quite a lot of bits on, home renovations, various things that have kept me busy. Hope everyone's keeping well. Obviously we've had the possible go ahead within the next couple of weeks maybe that, you know, get the feelers out that gyms might start to reopen. So there's a possibility there that we may be heading back to the studio. I'll wait for that kind of announcement and then I'll get all the suitable things in place, because obviously need to make sure that we've got childcare in place and everything to be able to get back to the studio. But as soon as we can, we'll be there. Looking forward to teaching my first class in the beautiful space. Popped in the other day just for a little nosy round, and exactly how I've left it, and just such a calm zen space. Can't wait to get back to it. But for now, we're still at home and we're still being troopers and getting on with it. So let's start a nice class now. We're going to start with our legs hip distance apart. Make sure we're nice and soft and bouncy through those knees. Let's do our top to toe check, so head and neck. Gently fluctuating between the two. Feeling the gentle stretch on the length in the back of the neck. Looking up towards the sky, getting a nice gentle pull in the front. Using the exhale, breathing into hold, breathing out, nice stretch. Fluctuating, and then coming to rest that head and neck in what deems to be the mid position, looking forward. Then with the shoulders, on the exhale, up to the ears, gliding down into back pockets. Nice exhale up. Gotta love a really nice gentle shoulder roll, helps to wake up those shoulder muscles, helps to set our shoulders correctly, make sure those shoulder blades are back and down, not over pulling down into back pockets, but just nice and centered. So on the next couple out breaths, we are going to leave our shoulder blades down there. Lovely. Coming to the pelvis now. Gentle connection, tailbone tucks under on the exhale, tighten through the tummy. Inhale, relax it off, tummy bows. So nice exhale, tuck that tailbone under, contract everything, use that exhale so we're connecting with breath. Inhale, relax off. Breathing out, contraction. Breath in, relax off. Breathing out, contraction. Breath in, relax off. Warming up the lower back. Keep those knees nice and soft. Keep everything else nice and centered and relaxed that we've just worked through. Engaging pelvic floor, relaxing pelvic floor, engaging pelvic floor. Good, a couple more. Use that breath, connect with the breath. Couple more. And then we're going to leave it in the center position. Lovely, legs are hip distance. Let's just transfer some of our weight now. So you're just going to come forward onto those feet. Feel the grip between the big toes and little toes. Rock back, feel the heels. So we've got those 3 connection points. I don't want you to feel too much pressure when we come to settle in the fronts of the feet or the backs of the feet, but just being nice and balanced and centered between all 3. So you're just gently rocking back and forth. Use your core to draw you back in. So we're going to inhale forward, exhale when you need that core to bring you back to center. We're going to do a couple more. This breath is deep and low. We are using our thoracic region for the breath, our abdominal region, and coming back to rest. So now evenly distributing the weight between the 3, spongy and soft at those knees. So we're going to go for head and neck stretch now. So just very gentle. We've done this plenty of times before. Taking hold of head and neck, bringing it down to your chosen shoulder. You'll feel the length start to creep in here. If that's enough for you, just leave it there. If you want to intensify, lengthen the fingertips down towards the floor. Breathe in for a nice breath. And on the exhale, gently change sides. Just going to grasp that head. I don't want you to pull it too vigorously. Everything nice and gentle here. Adding on that extra arm stretch if you feel that you need it, but you don't have to. Whilst we're doing this, we're continuing to try and maintain that nice neutral setting of the top to toe check that we've just done. And we are nipping in throughout our pelvic floor on those out breaths, pulling belly button into spine and keeping some nice length in the spine. So we're starting to wake up our posture, we'll wake up our breathing, engaging the supporting muscles. Nice. Feeling a bit tense in the neck at the minute, so it's a lovely welcome stretch. We always want to be really gentle around the neck, very controlled movement. So go for the last one to each side for me. Lovely. Coming back to centre. Nice centre position again. Now that transfer of weight that we did before, we're going to take it up into a calf raise. So you're going to take a nice breath in to prepare. I'm going to breathe out as we rock forward, engage the core, come up onto the toes, and breathe in. We're going to come back through the heels. Nice exhale up, and inhale down. Exhale up. I want you to take your time, so this is not about how many calf raises you can actually do. This is about feeling the correct transfer of weight throughout the heel, throughout the centre of the feet, and coming up onto those connection points that we just spoke about. Okay. If you're an over-pronator or an over-supinator, this will be quite a challenge for you, and you may want to kind of feel that you're coming out onto the outside of your foot, or possibly on the inside. So slowing it down, you'll start to feel the intrinsic ankle muscles starting to work. Maybe feeling a little bit fatigued because you're not used to coming up and walking in this pattern. So just taking your time with it, exhaling. I know I myself kind of walk on the outside of my foot a little bit, especially on my right side. So this is starting to really already fatigue my ankles and work into the calves as well. So breathing out, breath in, breathing out, breath in, and we'll go for a couple more before we add in some upper body. I want your shoulders to be back and down, nice and light through the arm. On the exhale, raise the arm up. On the inhale, bring it down. We'll stay on this same side for now. Up and down. We're going to go for 5 on this side. Exhaling, connect with that shoulder blade, draw it back and down when the arm comes down. Couple more. Lovely. Let's change over the side. Should be feeling it in those legs now. Connect, draw that shoulder blade down. Yeah, feeling it work. Last one. Lovely. Okay. See if I can read my own writing at the minute. So we're going to lunge up and down with the breath now. So you may, depending on what you've got underneath your feet, want to go lengthways on your mat just to get a good grip. So we'll start with the right foot forward first, taking your left foot back. We want to have the legs hip distance apart with the toes facing forwards, okay? You want to be light on your back foot, just nice and gentle, and make sure we feel the ball of the foot, so you're going to lift up through that heel. We're going to lengthen the arms up to the sky, okay? On the exhale, when we come down into a lunge, make sure that knee doesn't go over toes, and we're going to zip in, tighten the abdominals, pull in here, and then inhale up. So I'm just going to move over a little bit. I'm a touch restricted just by the roof. So we've got legs forward. We've got a nice inhale here, and exhale, tighten your pelvic floor, tighten your abdominals, make sure you've got nice alignment. You're coming down, you want to still see the toes, tighten everything including bum cheeks. Inhale, relax off. Breathe out for 2. Inhale. Breathe out for 3. Inhale. Breathe out for 4. Tighten it. Inhale. And 5. Inhale. And 6. You can stop at any time, nipping everything in for 7. And 8. Zip it in, nice and tight. 9 rather. Can't count. And 10. Lovely. Okay, relaxing off. We're going to change over sides. Don't just whip straight into it, but making sure we've got that good alignment. Toes facing forwards, legs hip distance still. Light weight on your back foot, making sure you're taking your body weight straight down. Knee is not coming over toes, but remaining down. We're going to start up with long legs, reaching up in the stretch. Exhale down, nip in. Now it might feel a little bit more troublesome on one side than the other. Take your time with it, no rush. You can pause the video if you need to. 3, breath in. 4, tightening everything. Breath in. 5 and 6. Breathing out when you go down. 7. Nice soft back, tailbone under. 8. 2 more. 9. Whoop. A bit of a wobble there, challenging the core. 10. Lovely. Okay. Good work. So hopefully feeling a little bit more connected with the breath, a bit more connected with pelvic floor, abdominals, and a nice bit of a warm up throughout the legs. Make sure you keep nice and hydrated. We are coming into a nice plie. So, plie position. Definitely legs wider than hip distance apart, but not extreme. Toes into the corners of the mat, corners of the room. Soft and benty knees. Centre that pelvis. Pelvis is a couple of nice little rocks whilst we're here. Tucking under, connecting with the abdominals. We're going to go for 10 plies. You're taking your bottom straight down onto that imaginary stool. Arms are coming up into T-shape. Inhale to come back. Exhale down, connect. Inhale back. And exhale for 3. And exhale for 4. And 5. Lovely. And 6. Make sure again, knees aren't coming over toes. Take your bottom down. 7. 8. Nice strong core rather. 9. Apologies if my counting's all off today. Too much going on in my head. Okay, so we've done our 10 there. Now we're going to come down, hold the plie. Try your best if you can to cross your arms. So you're taking arms out of the equation, keep shoulders nice and soft here. I just want to walk the feet. So we're going to go for 5 to each side. 1, 2, 3. We're breathing out as we do this. 4, 5, 6. Keep nice and scooped in the core. 7, 8, 9, 10. Mobilising through the ankles, step back up. So should have started to feel that throughout the legs. Throughout the core, you're engaging there. We're going to come back, we're going to go for calf raises. Place it nice and gently down. If you need to rest at any time with this, do take it. Pause the video, take a break. You don't like the exercise, don't do it. This is your practice. So I'm going to come down now. Okay, we're going to double lift. It's quite challenging. Breathe out, breathe in. What we don't want to see is the body coming up and down with this. So try and keep nice and centred, nice and low. Lift those calves. 1, 2, 3. This is a challenge. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Have a break. Wow. Nearly said wowzers. That's what we say to the kids. Wowzers. Okay, so we're in a nice plie position. We're going to come down again. But this time, we're going to use one hand. It doesn't matter which one. Rest. A little bit yoga-y this one. Take care coming forward into the forward flexion or the side bend aspect. If we've got those spinal kind of issues, you could just literally rest here. And the more you squat down and use those legs, the less you're going to take it out on the back. Okay, engaging through the core. We're kind of using this elbow to open up throughout that thigh for a nice big stretch, but then to also come into a gentle side bend. And then exhale, change over to the other side. Taking care with the spine, you can feel those legs working. Gently back up for a break. So, break it up. Don't go as far into the stretch, don't go as low down. If you've got different varying aches and pains, so you can just modify it to suit you, but keeping core nice and engaged all the way through. So we're coming down, and arm comes to open up through the thigh, and we're going to come into a very gentle side bend, and then over to the other side on the exhale. We're breathing into the stretch, and then we're going to breathe out, back out. So we'll go for a couple more to each side. Gently down, breathing out, open up. Nice breath in, breathe out, other side. Oh, that's nice, nice welcome stretch. So even though plie opens up the hips and opens up the thighs, that gentle overpressure, just helping you get a little bit more range. Let's go for one more. Gently down, opening. Oh, that's lovely. And the other side. That's nice. Lovely. Okie dokes. Nice little stretch. We're going to come down into the mat now. Nice little stretch that I've seen and encountered recently during some workouts that I've been doing. It's in a lovely little lunge style position. Do use cushions, roll your mats over, anything that helps your knees, especially if you're on a hard floor, so do watch these knees with this one. We're going to do a hip flexor style position, which we've done before. Absolutely no difference there. So take a chosen leg forward, nice and tall here, okay. Then instead of this leg being bent, I want you to take it back and gently use fingertips. Now we're trying to encourage some nice length on the back of this leg, okay, but I don't want you to force it into a straight leg. You just need to be feeling a gentle pull in the hamstring, possibly a little bit on the calf if you start to really straighten and lift up through that leg, but nothing that's agonising into the glutes or anywhere like that. Then with the hands, we're going to walk them over that same side leg. Again, be careful with the rotational aspect of this. If you've got any osteoporosis of the spine, I prefer you just to keep in the hamstring stretch and not the rotation. And then gently coming back. And just to open up, we're going to go over to the other side now. It's quite nice. And then coming back to centre. Lovely. Okay, change the legs over. Lunge position on your other side. Start off by getting that nice strong lunge. So we can align our body, legs hip distance. And then when you're happy, we can walk that foot out and gently bring those fingertips down. If fingertips don't want to touch, bring in cushions, blocks, anything that you could just pad out that floor just to support your hands. So you're going to come like here. Get a little bit more stretch on this side. We're going to come over to that same side leg. So we're walking the hands around. Take care with the rotation. Intensify that stretch. Gently walk the hands over to the other side. Keep that leg nice and long. Hold that stretch. Now, we're going to come back to the lunge position on this side, open out the foot now, walk the hand over to the opposite side. This kind of opening, we're taking one half of the body away from the other. You can take that forward, point and turn that foot out, so you're increasing and taking this side of the leg away as you gently rotate. Again, be careful with the spine here. Good hip opener. If we're antenatal, we want to be careful with our stretches that we don't push into anything. Obviously we've got more relaxing floating around in our bodies, and that's also still if you are 6 months postpartum or less, or you're breastfeeding. Okay, into your other side now. So we've got the lunge position. We're going to turn the foot out We're going to come onto the outside of the foot, so we're opening instantly throughout the hips. We're gently going to walk the hands to the opposite side. You just feel stretch, rotation. Take care with those spines, guys. Everything's nice and slow. Taking a breath in here. Lovely. Gently coming back. Nice one. Okay. Small hydration. That's nice. Okay. So we're going to come into 4-point kneeling and go for a cat stretch. Cat stretch, totally suitable for everyone. Obviously you're aware of your own back, so you do want to take care over forcing it on one side or the other. So if we've got any abdominal separation, take care that you're not really pushing into the tummy. If we've got any disc herniations, we want to make sure we're not over rounding. If we are the same also for osteoporotic spines as well. Taking care with any kind of irritations of the back both ways. So we can come into our cat position. So nice. Inhale to prepare. Breathe out as we bring chin into chest and round up through the back. Remember, we're taking care with this if we need to be. We're drawing in through the tummy. Take a nice breath in here. Breathe out. We're gently going to stick out through our bottom, push our tummy in, take care with the tummies. Keeping head and neck in neutral, looking down into that mat. So I want you just to connect with the breath and get a really nice flow of one movement into the other movement. Gently moving. Okay, now if you feel like you want a little bit more from your added cat, we can really up the ante of this by tucking the toes under, hovering the knees and working into cat from here. Okay, nice breath in, breathe out, roll that back, nice breath in here, breathe out, extend. So it's going to take a lot more load through your upper body, it's going to work into the thighs and it's going to work into the core a lot more, okay? So it depends whether you just want to connect with the breath and do more of a gentle movement of the spine, or whether you want to start to just get some more load going and some more firing, okay? So that's completely up to you which one you choose. I would say take care with the higher option of those of you that are second trimester onwards in your pregnancy. Using that breath. Fluctuating between the two. And we roughly want to go for about 8 to 10 cats. Working into an increased range with each movement as you warm up, not pushing your body into anything that's uncomfortable, fluctuating that movement of the spine. Use that breath. Let's just go for a couple more cats. Lovely. And gently relaxing up, having a little break. Taking a drink if you need it. Okay. We're going to come back to 4-point kneeling. Okay. And we're going to go for swimming level 4, but we're just going to jazz it up a little bit and do a little bit more abdominal work here. So we're going to take out opposite arm and opposite leg. Make sure you've got lots of space, and like myself. And then on the exhale, I want you to squeeze in so they meet in the middle, that opposite elbow and opposite knee. Inhale, exhale, nice squeeze. Inhale, really lengthen that leg behind you, reach that arm. Nice squeeze on the exhale. Inhale, exhale. So we're typically going for about 10 to each side, but I want you to rest if needs be. Okay. If you're finding that this is a little bit too easy, you want to up it even more today, we're going to come into a kind of downward dog style position from here. Okay, those of you that were trying to, I want you to sink in between the shoulders and try and keep a really straight back. For those of you that are watching the back, okay, take care with this position. From here, I want you to come down so those knees are a little bit closer, and we can lengthen from here and squeeze, and that is really, really tough, really challenging on the core. We're taking that leg away, okay, lengthen out and back, okay. If you're struggling with opposite arm, opposite leg, you can just do a leg in, squeeze and squeeze, okay. So a couple of different options there. We're keeping it a little bit closer to the mat. We are opposite arm, opposite leg, squeeze, okay. So just do a couple more, then we're going to go onto the other side. Lovely, okay. Whew, I'm just going to take off this hoodie now, starting to feel things warm up a little bit. So carrying on with your practice. Okay, back to our 4-point kneel. I'm going to switch over sides to make sure I'm setting the neutral. My shoulders are away from my ears. I'm looking down into my mat. I'm going to come out with the opposite arm, opposite leg. On the exhale, I'm going to squeeze. Inhale out. Exhale out for squeeze for 2 and 3 and 4. Lengthen from fingertips and toes. 5. Keep the tray drinks on your bottom. 6, 7, 8. 2 more. Lovely. Relax off. Just come down into a nice shell stretch, okay? Taking care of knees and hips, adjusting accordingly. Lengthen those arms up if you can, and breathe into it. And gently re-stacking back up through that spine. Good, so I feel heart rate's a bit more elevated. Feel that nice crunching connection throughout the core. Okay, so we're going to go into a bit of a leg pull prone prep and hover. 2 lots of 30 seconds, okay? So we're into 4-point kneeling position again, okay? For those of you that are second trimester or above, what I prefer you to do is come up onto toes and back down. So you're feeling the tuck in the tummy, but then relaxing off, and you're not holding it there. So you're going to be coming up and down, exhaling up, inhaling down for the 30 seconds. Those of you that are quite happy to do this fully, you're going to hover those knees and you're going to hold for 30 seconds, scooping in through core. 2. And relax. Take a nice shell stretch. Breathe it out. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Nice and deep and low into that lower part of your tummy. Lovely, we're going to come back to it, we're going to go for another round. Shoulders away, nice and soft, keep looking down into that mat for me. Hovering those knees, either holding or coming up and down. Keep breathing. Relax, another shell stretch.
Feeling that work throughout those legs, throughout those core muscles, and gently restack. Lovely. Okay, dokes. So, a bit of something different now. We're going to take those back into some extension work now. I want you to use anything you've got that you can kind of curve your back over. We want to take care with this one, okay? So if you've been told by myself or another healthcare professional not to come into extension of the spine, okay? Say you're stenotic, we've got any kind of arthritis, you've got facet joint irritations that are set off by this, I'll show you a modification that I want you to do. However, bringing that spine into very gentle extension is really good. We do a lot of flexion. Let's even it out by your extension. So, a little bit of a roll up, okay? So, again, I'll show you modification if you're second trimester or above. We want to kind of make sure we're getting that cushion lined up or bolster around our thoracic spine. We're going to start with the arms out. Take a breath in to prepare. And breathe out as we C-curve down, okay? Taking care of the spine, we're flat backed for this if I've advised you to do so. We're going to arch over, make sure you've got plenty of room behind you. Bring your back into a nice extension. Take care not to come into too much extension if you've separated those abdominals in the past, okay? We're going to do a nice big circular action. We're going to bring the chin into chest and you're going to be pulled from the fingertips and the wrists. Oh, that's a good abdominal one, and restack back up through the spine. Okay, so that would be the full version. We're rolling all the way down with the C-curve and we are arching over. We're doing some nice big arm circles. We're going to exhale as we come back up, okay? Other options, flat back down, then we can come into extension here, okay? Abdominals, flat back up as much as we can, okay? Or if we're trying to refrain from overactivity of those abdominals, I just want you to stay in the arch position here and do some nice arm circles. So inhale here, exhale. We can do some nice little early range and back. Early range, okay, so play around with it depending what you need. Obviously there's loads of different conditions, there's loads of different modifications. You know yourself to listen to your body and to avoid anything that may be flaring anything up. But from an antenatal point of view, second trimester onwards, we don't want any major abdominal activity. So I would prefer you to be doing your arm circles here, okay, without the little abdo prep. Okay, but play around with it. We can add on that little prep if you don't want to do the full roll up. Breathing out, circle. Breathing back, breathe out, circle. Okay, if you're feeling too much strain in the neck here, we can just do some very gentle abdo preps. And if everything's feeling too much for you completely, pop in a headrest, take out the cushion and go for some very gentle pelvic floor activation. 60% of your strength, relaxing off. Nice sit from back to front, relaxing off. Nice play around with it. So loads of different options here, depending on what you need from your session today. Okay. So keeping it going for a while longer on your chosen exercise, we want to aim for about 10 roll-ups. 10 of each kind of exercise, 10 pelvic floor squeezes. Okay, also remembering that if you're second trimester onwards, we want to be putting in a bolster cushion or something that elevates you away from the floor. You're not lying flat on that back. Okay. So we're going to come now into some bridge work. Bridge again, unfortunately, is not suitable in pregnancy. So I would want you to pop in your bolster cushion to elevate you away from the floor and to do some nice gluteal Squeeze and hold, relaxing off. Squeeze and hold, relaxing off, okay? But for those of you that are able to bridge, no headrest, we'll just start off with some simple bridges. Nice breath in here, breathe out, roll in towards you, squeeze the bum cheeks. Gently coming up into a nice bridge. Inhale at the top, exhale, either flat back down or nice round spine, trying to get every individual segment down into that mat. Breathing out. Nice breath in here. Exhale. Down. Breath in. Breath out. Okay. If you're quite happy here, keep it at this level. Okay. We're going to aim for about 10. However, if you want to change it up a little bit today, I want you to take one leg to tabletop position. Okay. And from here, you're going to focus on a single leg. Now, I still want this nice, gentle action of the spine. You're going to feel it really start to kick in and intensify into that working, stabilising leg. Exhaling down, inhale at the bottom, exhale up. And we go for 10 to this side, and then 10 to the other. I can definitely feel core working more. Hips are starting to wobble, so I'm trying to control it. Okay. You can feel that glute firing up more now, getting some good work in there. You can add in some little pulses at the end of range, short little dips. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you can also add it in if you're doing double legs. So exhale, squeeze those glutes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Changing over legs now. If you're working singular, breathing out, squeeze and lift. 1. Inhale down. Squeeze and lift. 2. Inhale down. And 3. And 4. And 5. And 6. 7. And 8. 9. Squeeze those glutes. Last one for 10. Lovely. Okay, relaxing off. You take this time now, let's stretch off those glutes. Figure of 4 position. Either actually hug the knee in, take it across the body, that might be enough for you. Figure of 4 position here, just opening up, that might be enough. Or hooking round for that nice stretch. Last change, changing over to the other side. Nice glute stretch. So we're going to be holding this typically for about 15 seconds, making sure everything else is nice and relaxed. Increasing the stretch as you kind of feel it give you a little bit more. Popping that leg down, straightening up towards the sky. Let's change sides. about 15 seconds. And now let's go back to that other leg. We're going to go into some sciatic nerve stretches, which I've not put for a little bit. So when you exhale, knee comes into you, you're going to lengthen up, okay? Gently bring down. Now take care with your ranges. If you're feeling the more you come into you and straighten up, the more it's irritating your sciatic nerve, just work into a smaller range, okay? We want to be tensing the nerve and relaxing off the nerve. We're aiming for about 8 to 10 on each side. You're using your exhale as you circle in towards you, inhale at the top. And exhale as you circle in towards you, inhale at the top. Some gentle nerve gliding now. Make sure your big toe comes down towards you. Okay, so you're pointing the toe as we go away, and then as we go up to the sky, I want you to tense that nerve. Okay. Couple more. Lovely. Okay, changing sides for me now. Knees coming in, tense down. Point the toes, knees in, tense down. Try and get those hips nice and steady. More on this side. Lovely, relaxing off. That's nice. Okie dokes. So, we're going to come into an abdo prep. I'm going to add in some double tabletop legs and then straighten them out. So, let's put the headrest back in. Make sure if you are antenatal second trimester onwards, you've got your cushioning, okay? We're going to pop a cushion in between our legs, so that cushion or bolster, whatever we used before to extend over. We're going to engage those thighs, nice little squeeze here. We're going to support the head and neck, okay? Unfortunately, if you're second trimester onwards, I want you to just be opening up now throughout the pecs, enjoying this stretch, but squeezing pelvic floor and relaxing. So again, sometimes some more pelvic floor, you can engage those glutes as well and relax them off. For everybody else that's quite happy to come into that abdominal crunch, we're going to exhale, little abdo prep. Abdo prep is not a massive forward flexion jerk. We are controlling, we are knitting together this top little bit of the abdominals, and then we are gently relaxing off. So you just want to feel a draw here. Tummy is nice and flat, so if there's any abdominal separation and you're seeing that kind of mound forming or that little pop-up of the abdominals, you're doing it incorrectly, you're coming too far. We're going to keep the tummy nice and flat, we're going to feel that little draw, and then we're going to come back down, okay? Exhale up, inhale back. Exhale up, inhale back, okay? Now if you're quite happy here and you're okay with your back to come into double tabletop position and squeeze, we're going to do it here. Nice flat backs. Okay, if you're okay here, back is fine, abdominals are fine, no doming going on, no back leaving the mat. When we come up, we're going to lengthen the legs. When we come down, we're going to come back. Exhale, inhale. Keep your shoulders nice and open, back flat, squeeze still at cushion. Lots of things to think about. Keeping it going. Let's go for 4 more. Point those toes, squeeze that cushion. Lovely. Relaxing down. That's nice. Again, lots of different modifications there. Okay, so let's go for one leg circles. Okay, head block into neutral, one leg circle. Happy for everybody to go ahead with this one. Just taking care if you've got any labral tears or osteoarthritis of the hip joint. Work within ranges that are happy for you and not bringing on any symptomatic pain. So we've got our level 1, pencil on kneecap. Level 2, pencil on big toe. Level 3, straightening the opposite leg, maintaining neutral spine, working here. I've got tight hip flexors. I prefer level 2, going to bring that leg back in. Pencil on big toe. We'll start clockwise first on this right side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and change direction, bringing it in nice and slowly. Watch those hips. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Change again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lovely. Relax off. Readjust and set that centre. Lengthening the leg up now. Taking it outwards. 1, 2. Watch. Keep those hips nice and steady. Use the core. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Change direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Change again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Leg down. Gently hook those knees in. Nice little spinal rock. Side to side. Backwards and forwards. Little spinal massage. Legs nice and wide on the mat. Let's dip in nice and gently. Exhale. Windscreen wipers. Exhale. Exhale. Good. If you're happy to take them the other way now, it doesn't aggravate anything, bring the feet together. Just let our backs melt down into the mat. So don't arch your backs to let your knees come off, okay? We want to keep the backs nice and flat. Feel a stretch more, engage. Nice little butterfly stretch. Breathing into the belly, enjoying the stretch, letting gravity take those legs down. Lovely. Gently coming up. We're going to come into side lying. Side lying. Perfectly happy for everybody to go into side lying unless it's causing you some problems today for whatever reason. Okay, make sure bumps are supported by cushions and wedges. We want ideally your arm nice and long, okay, and then for you to pop your towel in. But if you're limited on space a little bit like I am, or your shoulders aren't quite permitting it, you can adjust this. And I'm just going to kind of take hold of my cushion like so. Then we're going to lengthen those legs so we can see both the toes. Have a gentle bend in that bottom leg. Make sure we're nice and streamlined. So ideally we want kind of shoulder, head and neck, everything nice and stacked from a bird's eye point of view. We're going to lengthen away from the mat, so we're trying to lift up through bumps, lift up through waist, nice and tucked in. We're going to breathe out as we point the toe forward and then breathe in as we come back. So it's a nice glide. It is a level 2 side kick. Exhaling forward, inhaling back. You're imagining that you're just in the top of a table with that foot, you're skimming it. It wants to stay the same distance away from the floor as much as you can all the way through the movement. The back remains in neutral. So especially when you take the leg back, we don't want to see you come into overextension, dome through that tummy. We're keeping in neutral. Pelvis is nice and steady. Ideally we're going to go for about 10 here. So we'll go for a couple more. And then we're going to come back to the centre. We're going to go into lift and lower. We'll keep the leg as it is down there, just for a bit of stability. Exhale up, inhale down. Point the toe up, dig the heel down. 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Oof. 9 and 10. Break if you need to, but if you're happy to go straight into another set of side kicks, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9 and 10, and another set up to the sky bar, lift and lower. 1. Oh, that's hard. And 2. Legs going to drop off. 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8, 9, oh they're just the worst, and 10. Relax that, give your bum a pat, tuck those knees in there a little bit more. Take your arm out from underneath that headrest, set up for arm openings, okay? Everything in line, palm to palm. Inhale to 12 o'clock, exhale, continue the rotation over, keeping the hips facing forwards. Breathing in to hold, breathe out, bring it back. Okay, so we are keeping hips pinned, they don't want to follow us, okay? Keep them nice and sturdy, use your core to keep them there. We're going to open up to 12, and then we're going to engage the back of that shoulder. Make sure you draw it down to where it belongs in its back pocket. You continue in the opening up. Oh, it's stiff. We're going to breathe in. We're going to breathe out. Bring it back. 8 to 10 of these. Make sure you've got enough room when you're going back on your headrest, your cushion, whatever you're using to keep your neutral head and neck alignment. Okay, I'm just going to aim for a couple more on this side. Nice. And gently back. Lovely. Okay, so We're going to repeat ourselves on the opposite side. Take a drink if you need to be. So we side kick first, then into lift and lower, then into some nice arm openings. Okay, line that body, hips, shoulders, head and neck. Don't feel quite right today, a bit off kilter. Lengthen that waist away, lengthen that top leg. Okay, so we're side kicking forward for 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 5 and 6, 7, a bit high on that one, 8, watching this back, 2 more, 9, 10, taking it up, 1, oh gosh, 2, point the toes up, bring the heels down, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Good, into side kick again. 1, I know it feels like legs are going to drop off. You can break in between if you need to. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And up to the sky. 1, oh gosh, and 2. It's going to drop off. 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Oh, relax off, give that bum a pat if it needs it. Arm openings. Now let's balance ourselves out. Getting your head and neck cushion correct. Head on the end. Arms palm to palm tucked in through those knees, lifting up through our little mouse hole. Inhale to 12 o'clock. Exhale, hips remain forward. Continue. Nice breath in. Breath out back. Lovely. Just enjoy it. 2 more. And our last one. So lovely. Coming back palm to palm. Okay, from this position now, take your time to come up. We're going to go into a little bit of thread the needle. Continue thoracic work, not forcing it into any rotation that your back is uncomfortable with. Equipment out the way. 4-point kneeling position. I'm going to start with our left hands first. palm upwards, nice breath in, breathe out. It's a gentle rotation of the back, okay? You want to try and keep your hips nice and steady. You're not wanting to alter those hip positions, okay? As you come round, you're going to listen in to breathe in. We're going to breathe out, come back. Change sides, nice little exhale through. The aim is not to get down to the floor. The aim is to get some good rotation in that mid-back without losing a neutral spine. If when you start to loosen up you can come down into that mat, that's perfectly fine. Breathe in, breathe out, changing sides. Oh, see, getting a bit more from it each time already. Oh, that's nice. Lovely, another 2 to each side. And last one to each side. Lovely. Relaxing off. Gently restacking up through that spine. Oh, we could do some nice roll downs whilst we're here from a kneeling position if you're happy in the knees, okay? Taking care with the forward flexion. So the way you'd modify this if you weren't coming to the forward flexion is to go down, come down into seated, extend, pop back up here. Otherwise we can roll all the way down to those knees. Nice breath in here. Oh, it's a nice stretch on the back of the wrists, and then restack. So you can apply that bit of pressure just when you get down to your mat. If you wish, it just stretches off the back of the wrists, which is quite nice. Scooping in through the tummy, restacking back up through the spine. Couple more. And our last one. Gently restacking back up, lengthening up, and relaxing off. Thanks for tuning in today, guys. Keep posted for the next one. Hit that subscribe button if you want to be made aware when I pop one online. In the meantime, look after yourselves and stay safe.